So good morning, this is Taib and welcome back to another Do the Math video. Today we're going to talk about the order of operations. Now this is something that a lot of students struggle with, and I wanted to just give you an example and show you how to work it out. So basically, first we need to always have our definitions. What is the order of operation? It's basically a rule that tells the correct sequence of steps for evaluating a math expression. Now, a lot of time when people want to do this order of operations, they use the acronym Pemdas. P-E-M-D-A-S. And what does that stand for? P stands for parentheses, E for exponent, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Basically, multiplication, division, parentheses, and exponent, they take precedence over addition and subtraction. So when you have a sequence of numbers and sequence of operation, what you do is you always want to make sure you work on your parentheses first, then your exponent, then multiplication and division. And usually the safest way to do it is to go from left to right. So I'll give you an example on the board and I'm going to work it out to show it to you. Okay, so let's do that right now. So basically what I wrote is 3 minus 2 times 5 divided by 2 minus 6. Notice that I didn't put any parentheses. So now there is no parentheses and there is no exponent. So what do? So again, we're going to look at this whole thing and we're going to go, okay, I need to identify my multiplication and my division. So I have a multiplication here and I have a division here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my multiplication first and I'm going to do my division next, and then when I'm done with it, I'm going to go from left to right. So it's always going from left to right, and in this case, because the multiplication comes before the division, the safest way to do it is always to do the multiplication first in this case. Okay, was because the multiplication and division, they have equal power. But to be safe, it's better to do the multiplication first. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to still write my 3. Then I'm going to do 2 times 5. That is 10. You have to know your multiplication, right? And then 10 divided by 2 minus 6. Now I'm getting somewhere. Now the next thing, again, remember your PEMDAS, okay? We go from left to right, but multiplication and division always have precedence over any other operation. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide 10 by 2. That gives me 5. So I keep my sign. I have 3 minus 5 minus 6. Now I'm going to go from left to right. So 3 minus 5 is negative 2. And I have negative 2 minus 6. That is negative 8. So this is how you do it. Now this is one way to do it. Now suppose you don't like this way and you go, I don't really like the way this looks. I don't like having a sequence of numbers following one another. I just want something more conventional. So what I'll do is this. I'll propose you do this. So some people, it's all about visuals, okay? Some people like to look at things a different way. So I can rewrite this and say this is equal to 3 minus 2 times 5 over 2 minus 6. Now for some people this looks better because they go, okay, now I see exactly what's going on. So again, it's the same process. Now I have 3, 2 times 5 is 10, divided by 2 minus 6. So I have 3 minus 5 minus 6. This is negative 2 minus 6, which is negative 8. The same thing we found before. So it's the same process now. You may want to do it this way, or you may just want to transform this into a simpler conventional operation and then work on it. Now let's give you an example, another example. I want to give you another example where we have exponent and we may have parentheses. So let me make up some real quick here. Give me about 2 seconds. So let's say we have 7 times 2 squared plus 7 plus 3, okay? And then times 5 minus 2, all right? And then divided by 4 times 2. So let's recall our rule, okay? We're going to recall our rule real quick. So I have parentheses here, I have exponent, and I have multiplication and division. So what do I do with this problem? It is dense, it looks beastly, it looks like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. But we never panic when it comes to this. Don't panic, that's the first thing. Don't worry about it. So first we're going to look for our exponent. Okay, we have one exponent here, and we have parentheses here. So I'm going to do the parentheses first. So I'm going to leave this alone. So now I have my first parenthesis within the parenthesis. So I'm going to do that. So 5 minus 2, that is 3, divided by 4 times 2, right? Now that I did it, I have another parenthesis. I still need to finish it. So I have now 7 times 2 squared plus 7 plus 3 times 3, that's 9. So that's 7 plus 9 divided by 4 times 2. Okay? I'm not done. I still have a parenthesis here. So that becomes 7 times 2 squared plus 16 divided by 4 times 2. All right? Now, I have a parenthesis here. I can get rid of it. I don't need it anymore. I can get rid of it here. We can just get rid of it. So now we have this exponent here. Okay? So I'm going to go from left to right. I'm going to do my exponent. So 7 times 2 squared. 2 squared is 7 times 4 plus 16 divided by 4 times 2. Now for the sake of space, I'm going to erase a little bit at the top here. All right? So we can have space and work on the top of the board. So I have this here. So I have 7 times 4 plus 16 divided by 4 times 2. Again, what do I do from here? Again, we have multiplication, we have addition, we have division, and we have another multiplication. So I'm going to do my multiplication first here. Okay, I'm going to do that. So I have 7 times 4, that's 28, plus I have 16 divided by 4. Now I have a division here and I have a multiplication. Now, they have equal power, but to be safe, it's better to go from left to right. So I'm going to do the division first because I'm going to go from left to right. So 16 divided by 4, that is 4 times 2. And that gives me 28. Now, 4 times 2, that is 8. So it's 28 plus 8, which is 36. So you can see how we did this, all right? So again, when it comes to the order of operation, all you need to remember is you do your parentheses first, then your exponent, then your multiplication and your division, and lastly, your addition and your subtraction. And the best way to do it is always to go from left to right to be safe. Hopefully this has helped you guys out. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. The website is Do the Math or dothatmath.com. If you have any tutoring request, you can go on the website and I will be glad to help you. I'll have a link for you also in the video. Okay, thanks for watching. This is Taib, and stay tuned for more stuff. Thank you.